The first step to setting up your WooCommerce website is to buy hosting. And you need a company that's going to host your website. And even though WooCommerce is free, you still have to pay a little bit of money to get your website hosted on a computer server. The second step is to set up your website and add the products to your online store. After that, for step number 3, I'm gonna show you how to set up WooCommerce payment so that people can actually buy things from your online store and you can start accepting payments. And WooCommerce is just a plugin for a WordPress website that allows it so that people can buy things from your website. And before I share with you step number 4, if you're new to the channel, my name is Travis. I've done over $10 million in selling products online, and I'm gonna show you step by step how easily you can set up your own WooCommerce website. This is going to be a complete tutorial, so pay attention. And the 4th step that we're gonna be talking about later in this video is all the different advanced features, all the things that are gonna help you to make as much money as possible and help you to customize your website so it can do whatever you want it to do. And WooCommerce powers more than 30% of all online stores. It's the most popular e-commerce platform out there. In fact, Forbes, Pinterest, and a bunch of other major companies use WooCommerce to run their e-commerce platform. And best of all, WooCommerce is absolutely free. And I'm gonna show you how easy it is to set up a WooCommerce website by showing you live in this video as I set up a website, show you all the different features and all the advanced tricks that you can use when setting up a WooCommerce site. In 2020 alone, there was over $20 billion in sales on WooCommerce websites, which makes sense because the WooCommerce plugin is downloaded over 30,000 times a day. And before I show you step by step how to do this, make sure to smash the like button because I've spent hundreds of hours putting together the most in-depth and up-to-date WooCommerce tutorial currently online. And we're starting right now. And the first step to setting up your WooCommerce website is to buy hosting, because even though it's free to set up a WooCommerce website, you do need to pay a company to run your website and host your website on their servers. And really simply, hosting is what lets your website live on the internet. If your house is your website, the hosting is the foundation. There are different types of hosting, however. There is shared hosting where your website will be stored in a server with other sites. Think about shared hosting as an apartment building. This is great for beginners, and usually it's gonna be the least expensive way of getting hosting, but the problem is that computer server is hosting lots of other websites, and if another website has an issue or is getting a ton of traffic, it's gonna focus most of its energy on that website and focus less energy on you. There's also VPS hosting, which stands for Virtual Private Server. Think of a duplex. You've got your own space, you can add extra storage and customize certain aspects, but you're still on the same server as a couple other websites. Even though with VPS hosting, there is a little bit more protection. If another website that's being hosted on the server has an issue, it's less likely to affect you. And the last type of hosting we'll talk about is dedicated server hosting. That's where you rent an entire server and it's all yours. There's no other companies on that website. It's the equivalent of renting a house, and it's the most expensive type of hosting around. And if you're a new e-commerce seller, I would not recommend starting with this unless you're expecting tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people coming to your website every single day. And if you're watching this video and you're a beginner, you're gonna wanna use what's called managed hosting. This is where you pay a company to take care of all the technical aspects for you. There's also cloud-based hosting, and this is where your website is stored across a bunch of different servers. And the good thing about this is if there's an issue with one server, it doesn't really matter, and it's gonna make it so that your website is faster. And as a beginner, I recommend going with shared hosting. And the best company I've found to do that is actually Hostinger. Hostinger is one of the most trusted hosting companies out there, and they make it extremely easy to set up a WordPress or a WooCommerce website. You can do it in just a few clicks of your mouse. Hostinger is also probably the most affordable company out there. You can get plans starting around $2 a month, and I have the hookup with Hostinger. There's a link down below to get the best pricing around, including a coupon code that's gonna get you an extra 10% off. Just use coupon code Travis. And that's who I'm gonna be using to build out this website that I'm gonna be showing you in this tutorial. Plus they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. They give you a free SSL, and an SSL certificate gives your business an extra layer of security, and it's what you're going to need if you're gonna be accepting payments online. Hostinger also gives you a free domain name, and a domain name is the website address that people are going to go to in order to access your store. It's the www www.yourstorename.com. They also give you a free email address and a bunch of other free features. We're gonna select this plan and we're gonna choose a period of how long we want to commit to hosting our website. And I recommend locking in your discounted rate for the full 48 months, because something to remember is that after whatever time period you select, they are going to raise the prices and you are gonna have to pay the regular rate, but you can lock in the discounted rate by buying for a few years ahead of time. Then you're gonna put in your payment information, and something that's cool, they actually do accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but for most people, you're just gonna use a credit card or PayPal. Then down here is where you get to save some money. You're gonna use the coupon code Travis and then fill in all your credit card information and click Submit Secure Payment. So set that up and click Confirm. The second step is to start setting up your website, and they're going to help you to do that. All you need to do is click Start Now, and they also ask what kind of website it's going to be. And for you at home, you'll probably be doing the same as me today. We'll select Online Store. Depending on what your experience level is, you can do whichever one you want. And on this screen, you want to choose WooCommerce plus WordPress. WooCommerce is a plugin into WordPress, and WordPress allows you to build a website. So if you just want a plain Jane website, use WordPress. But if you want to add in the ability for people that are going to your website to purchase things, you're going to want to make sure that your WordPress website also includes WooCommerce. And this makes it so that your website is now an online store. Next, you'll set up your WordPress account. Put an email and a password here and click Continue. After that, you're going to select a theme for your WooCommerce website. We have a bunch of different options here, and you can actually preview what the different themes look like. The good thing is you can always customize and change all of this later. Let's just select this Simply Natural theme. You'll hit select, and we're gonna move on to the next step, which is setting up your domain name. And because Hostinger comes with a free domain, we're gonna select Claim Our Free Domain. And a domain name is what your customers will type in to go to your store, but you need to make sure your domain name is relevant to your business, easy to remember and difficult to forget. I'm gonna show you how easy this process is of setting up an online store while creating my own website, travismarziani.com. And I'm gonna be using this website to sell merch and sell private coaching. And I'm gonna show you all aspects of all the different things that you can sell online. And obviously I picked this domain name because it is my name, but if you're selling your own products, you're selling your own merchandise, I'd recommend coming up with a name that's easier to spell and hard for people to forget, but I'll talk about that more in depth later in this video. Now, on the other hand, if you already have an existing domain name that you've purchased from a website like GoDaddy or Namecheap or one of those other websites, you can use an existing domain name by selecting this option here. I always recommend having a .com domain name, so select .com right here, and we'll double check to see if it's available by searching it here, and it is. So we're going to click Continue and then Finish Setup. And just like that, we already have a website and we can view what the website looks like. Obviously, we're going to customize it and set everything up, which is the next step. But before you do that, you do need to activate the SSL, and that's easy to do. Just click Activate right here, click Install SSL. You can also enable daily backups if you want, but there's an extra charge for that. And it's not necessary, but it could be helpful. Now we're gonna click on Edit Website, and we're going to actually set up our WooCommerce website. And today, I've brought on a special guest who will be showing us the rest of the process. This is Connor, he works for my company. He's the guy that sets up all our WooCommerce websites, and he's actually one of the biggest experts I know about how to properly set up a WooCommerce website. So he's gonna take it step by step from here, and we're gonna start going into the details of how you can set up your own WooCommerce website.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Connor, and I've made thousands of dollars selling online. Once you've purchased a hosting plan through, in this case, Hostinger, I'm gonna show you every step to get your account set up and going so you can start selling as quick as possible. On this page right here, I'm gonna hit the setup button and then go through their setup tutorial. Again, Hostinger makes this process as easy as possible, so a lot of this is going to be a breeze to get through and super self-explanatory. I'm gonna press the Start Now button, and then it's gonna ask me who you're creating this website for. As long as this website's for you, you're creating it for yourself. It will then ask you who is creating this website. In this case, again, I'm building it myself. If you're building it yourself, then you can put building it yourself, or if you're hiring a developer, you can select that option as well. Which type of store do you want to build? Because we're using WooCommerce, there's two options here we can pick. We can pick an online store. This is strictly an online store for selling products online. Another option to choose here is business. You can choose this option if you are a brick and mortar business, and we can still add WooCommerce options later down the line. For this tutorial specifically, I'll be going with the online store, as this will provide our most straightforward option to begin selling. Hostinger will then ask you if you need help building your website. So here you can select, yes, please, I'm a beginner, or no, thanks, I know what I'm doing. Right here, I'm going to select the yes, please, I'm a beginner, as this will provide us the most help and functionality along the way, although it won't take any of our features and potential to really customize our store. Hostinger will then prompt you to either create or migrate a website. If you have an existing WooCommerce or WordPress website, you can choose here to migrate it over to this new hosting plan. Hostinger makes it super simple to go through the migration steps to get your site transferred over and integrated with their latest features. However, in most cases here, if you're on this tutorial, I'm assuming you're starting from scratch and don't have an existing website that you want to build on top of. So we're going to go over here and press select on create a new website. You'll then be prompted with two options. Again, this is another feature of Hostinger where they offer an AI drag and drop builder to make your site as quickly as possible. This is one option if you do not want to go the WooCommerce route. However, as mentioned before, WooCommerce is a plugin that's built in with WordPress. So we will be going, as you can see here, where it says e-commerce plugin available. This is referring to WooCommerce. So for this tutorial's purposes, we will be going with WordPress. Right here, it will prompt you to create the login details for your site. Right here, it's just important to put a secure password down that you will remember, as this will be your login to get into the admin dashboard and continue building your site as we go through this process. Next, Hostinger will show you their recommended plugins. Again, these are completely optional, but they're recommended for pretty good reasons. Google Sitekit will help people find your website on Google and help it for SEO purposes. Once again, SEO stands for search engine optimization. So this is optimizing your website to make sure that it will be showing up on Google as it is supposed to. The rest of these serve similar functionality purposes across your website, as well as integrations within WooCommerce. So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. But if you want to do your research, you can check out each one of these plugins individually and decide if you do want it on your site. And if you choose not to add these plugins now, keep in mind you can still do so later. However, this is the easiest place to do so. Once I have all these selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit the continue button. Hostinger will then prompt you to select which theme you want to get started with. Now, the beauty of WordPress and WooCommerce is there are thousands of themes out there to choose from, and a lot of them are free that you can find on third-party websites. Another big advantage of WooCommerce is it is probably the most customizable e-commerce site builder there is out there. Whereas Shopify, you're going to be constricted within the Shopify interface, and with selling on Amazon, you're going to be even more constricted on selling on their sales page. WooCommerce will give you complete functionality to customize every part of your website if you choose to do so. Now, right here, Hostinger is recommending us their 8 themes that they have built in. I recommend you go ahead and select one here. Just keep in mind, we can change this theme later, and I'll show you how to do that later in this tutorial. This is just to get us started with a backbone, and then we can go in just 1 minute and customize the theme to thousands of themes that you can find online. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and click our storefront option, hit the select button, where they will automate your text creation with AI. Right here, you can enter in your website name and description, and it will fill out all the sample text for you. Now, while in this tutorial, I'll go through and change all the text myself so I can show you how it's done. I'm going to show you this feature as well, just so you can see what it will look like on the storefront. Today, we're making the website for Travis's personal brand. I will put Travis's name along with storefront at the end. However, feel free to call your brand whatever you call it. This is what will come up on your site when people click on it. Now we want a description for our website. This is the description that will be previewed again by the people visiting your website. So think long and hard about what your business does and what you want to convey about it through the description. And once these green bars go across on the bottom, this should indicate the length is enough to get the best result. You can go ahead and hit the continue button. Next, Hostinger will prompt you to select a domain name. Now, if you purchased a hosting service from Hostinger, they will actually offer you a free domain name to claim here that you can get as part of your hosting package. Now, if you don't know, a domain name is your address where customers can find you. When you want to go Google something, you go to google.com. Google.com in this case is the domain name. When you want to find details on the Passion Product Formula, our course where we teach people like yourself our method for selling a product on Amazon, you go to passionproductformula.com. In this case, passionproductformula.com is the domain where users and people searching online can find us. So if I were to go here and click claim a free domain, I can claim my free domain through Hostinger, which they're offering if you used our link before for free within your hosting plan. Now, in my case here, I already have an existing domain, travismarziani.com, which I'll be transferring. Oh, now if you click claim a free domain, the process is super simple. You should be able to find it, and it will guide you through to find a domain name that is both available and that you can claim completely for free. But in this case, I'll be guiding you through a little bit harder solution of using an existing domain name. So my existing domain name right here is travismarziani.com. Right here, you can see the current name servers that your domain is posted to. They actually have a guide here. If you click here, that will give you instructions step by step on how you can migrate the domain over. In my account here, where I have the domain, I can see that my domain, travismarziani.com, is pointed to these name servers right here. By scrolling down to the name servers, we can hit these dots here and click edit, go here, Go back here, copy the first name server, and change out where it points. We're switching out the record again. Again, we can do www. Hit edit. Keep in mind that once you change DNS records like a name server, these changes can take up to 24 hours to take effect. Now, usually this process will take much shorter, up to 15 minutes. And I found it can happen as soon as 15 minutes to an hour. If you're looking to get started on this, you might want to start this process early. This process may take longer, so you may want to plan ahead. Once you've gone ahead and changed name servers, we can go ahead and hit the continue button. Right here, it will verify that this is our admin email right here. Right here, it will verify your details before you get started. It'll show you first your server location. In general, your server location should be in the closest place to your customers. Now, mine here is set in North America. That means that people in North America who access my website will be able to access it the quickest possible, as that is where the server is located. Now, this does not mean customers in Europe or South America would not be able to access my website. It just means that it might be slightly so. If you click this edit button, you're able to change your server location to many places around the world. For me, most of my customers are in North America, so I will be keeping this on North America. Right here again, you can verify your domain name as you selected WordPress, your admin email, and your chosen theme. You can make any changes at this point as you need to, but as everything looks good for me, I'm going to go ahead and press Finish Setup. Now this process right here will just take a few minutes as Hostinger is going in the background and setting up all these things on WordPress for you. Now usually if you use a different hosting service, these changes all have to be done manually step by step. Hostinger is doing this all in the background, automated, and making it easy for you, making all this hard work, light work, just with their tutorial wizard that we just went through right now. So if you use a different hosting platform, your setup process might have been slightly different. Another perk of going with Hostinger is your SSL is installed automatically. Now, if you don't know, SSL is what keeps a website secure and lets your customers know that their information cannot be compromised by outside sources. This is especially important when running an e-commerce store using WooCommerce, as your customers will be entering their payment details. As you can see on this site right here, this locked icon indicates that there is SSL. It indicates the connection is secure. Right here, we can see the indication the connection is secure and the certificate is valid. This is what SSL will do for your site, so your customers can trust entering their information inside of it. Great, so that loading process finished. That means our WordPress is set up on our site. Now, as mentioned, that name server process can still take a bit of time to process through, so I'm not sure our domain is pointed correctly yet. But right here, you can go edit your website right away, but apart from connecting our domain, we have two steps over here. On the middle, we have edit our website. This is where we can start editing our website in WordPress. And on the far right here, we have the control panel where you can access the Hostinger controls. I'll start us off in the Hostinger control panel so you can see some of the behind the scenes before we actually dive into the WordPress. Right here, you can see our hosting plan along with our domain name, and then if you log into Hostinger, you can access the WordPress admin panel, which we'll go to very shortly right here. If you need to upgrade your hosting plan, this upgrade button will do it for you, as well as access any of the behind the scenes stuff, such as your file manager or your databases. Now, I recommend not messing around with either of these unless you have an advanced knowledge on this, as messing with these files here can completely mess up your site. So if you continue through here, I advise you move with caution. Let's go back here to this previous page now. We can now navigate to the admin panel. I think it worked. On this homepage here, you can see first off that our website is published. Our site is now live if we were to navigate over towards it. But it's not going to be very set up yet because we haven't put much information on it at all. Lucky for us here, there's actually a checklist that we can move through and navigate through each one of these pages so we can make sure we're accomplishing all our goals in setting up our site. The first step you'll be prompted with is to upload your logo. Hostinger also offers an AI logo maker that can make your experience creating a logo super easy, but for me, I'm just going to go ahead and navigate over to take me there where I can upload my logo. Right here, you can see what the site looks like. As we're still waiting for our domain name to pass over, right now our domain is still this, but as soon as it navigates over, it will be changed. These tutorial bars right here will take you through every step of customizing your site. But for me, I'll start off in the site identity. Right here, we can put our site title, or once again, we will call it Travis Martiani. For now, I will skip having a tagline, but I will go ahead and select a logo. You can use the drag and drop logo uploader to upload your logo, or if you created one using the AI logo maker that I mentioned just earlier. Right here, you can make sure your logo is cropped effectively to be covered in the right dimensions for your site. Say skip cropping, and as we can see, a site name is now replaced with the logo. You can change which one shows up in the setting of your site, but for most people, you'll probably want to display a logo rather than your site title right here. We're going to go ahead and hit publish to make sure that process is through. Now, right here, if you wish, you could add a tagline. This is what will show up in your navigation bar right here. As you can see for this Hostinger site, this is dashboard Hostinger. Right here for us, it would say Travis Martiani, and then whatever you choose right here. For me, I'm going to say the passion product. Store front. And continue and hit publish. Now, the next thing you need here is a site icon. This is just like these other sites here, like Hostinger has the H. This is a little icon that will go a long way in really making your site look professional. You'll want this to be a square dimension, and as mentioned, it can be up to 512 by 512. For me, for now, I will use this home icon as our website's icon. You can preview it over here and see what it looks like as an app icon. Crop image, and now we can see it's published. This is another thing that may take a few minutes to show up. Moving on down, we have the header. Right here, you can select the background color for your header, as well as the text color and link color, and even add an image to be your header. Personally, I like the way it is currently, so I won't be messing with any of these settings. Down here, again, you can do the same thing with the footer. The footer will include any links that you choose to have at the bottom navigation bar. Moving on down to the background, you can select either a background color or background image. By choosing a color here, you can change what the background looks like. For me, again, I really like the white. I think it looks professional, and we'll be keeping it as is. Now we can move to our typography. As you can see, our guide is prompting us here to choose our accent color. We can choose our heading color right here, as well as our text color, our link color, our hero outlet. As orange seems to be our theme, we're going to be changing our link color to orange, and then our text color is fine, although I think it could choose to be a little bit darker. So we'll move to just a slightly bit darker font, which will help out a lot. I think this is already looking a whole lot better. Let's move on to our buttons. Right here, you can choose where a button looks like. Right here, we have a search button, and you can see will change as we customize it. We will make the button orange, as well as text color white, and the alternative color we can make blue. And now we can see what the button looks like when you use it right here, or any other button will show up ever on your site. You can also choose which layout you want for the site. Right here, this theme we chose has two layouts. We have a layout where this panel right here is on the right, and we have another layout where the panel is on the left. I like it the way it is on the right, but if you want to opt for it on the left, we can do it like this as well. We've set up all the customization we need to do for now, so we just need to hit the publish button and then hit the done arrow there. Now we can see the changes that we made, they've been applied to the site. Now let's navigate back over to the dashboard on WooCommerce. Right here, you can see that now it's indicated that we have uploaded our logo. And not only have we uploaded our logo, we've also edited the site title. But we still need to edit our post description. Before we go any further with this checklist here, I do want to show you how you can choose to use another theme that wasn't part of those that are originally on the website. As mentioned before, WooCommerce will allow you many customization options. One of them is the thousands of themes that are available online for you to use and implement into your WooCommerce store. You could start out by going over to the appearance category over here on the side, navigating to add new theme. And right here, you can see the 6,000 themes that are on the WordPress theme site. We want to go ahead and hit feature filter right here and go ahead and only select e-commerce. This will only allow themes that are supported via WooCommerce. When we apply features here, then we can now browse through many stores that are only available on WooCommerce. Right here, we can see that there are 2,000 themes available. However, there are much more. WordPress also allows the function to upload a theme here at the top of the screen. This will allow you to find a theme somewhere else on the web, upload it here, and have access to all of its features. If we do a quick search for WooCommerce website theme, we can see many results for both paid and free themes. If I click here into Theme Forest, which is one of the bigger networks for buying themes, you can see many of these paid themes available. Now, there are also many free themes, so unless you are really in love with one of the themes you see here, chances are you can find a great free theme back over here on the WordPress site, or just browsing many free themes available elsewhere on the web. I really like this theme. When you see a theme that you think you might like, you're able to press the preview button and see what it would look like on your website. I really like this theme right here, so we're going to go ahead and hit the install button. Now keep in mind, this might override some of the work you've done before. This is why you want to do this early on in the beginning, before you made too many big changes, because you never know what they'll look like when they're applied to a new theme. Make sure after you've installed the theme, you hit the activate button to actually activate the site on your website, have it take over whatever the theme was before. Now you can see on our themes here that this theme is currently activated. Now we can press the customize button to go back to looking at what the site looks like. Now, like many themes, this one also offers a documentation to make sure your WordPress is supported and you install all themes that are required. But also, this should be pretty drag and drop from within your WordPress here. After you've installed your theme, make sure to go down here and navigate to install plugins. This will show you the list of any plugins that your theme recommends you install. If there's plugins listed here and they do say recommended, I do recommend you install them. I'm going to go ahead and select this check mark as the box. It's going to select all of these for me. Bulk actions, bulk action, install, apply, and wait for these to install. Now, even after these are installed, once again, we do have to activate these plugins. So we can go back here, do the same thing, but click activate. Now we know that all these are activated and we can return to the dashboard. Let's navigate back down here again to appearances. Your theme may also have a section like this. In this case, for this theme right here, Mental Health Coach, it's called Getting Started. And below you can see the recommended plugins. And for these, we've already gone ahead and installed them from the other section there. Now we have a Getting Started where you can view the documentation, also contact support if you need to, and view their demo. Most themes are going to have a feature like this, regardless of whether you choose a theme that was on the WordPress theme store, as we showed here, or somewhere else on the web that you installed. Now that we've installed all the required plugins, we can navigate back over to Customize and view what our site looks like, where you'll notice new features that this theme is now enabled in the Customize sections. Since we're on the front page here, we'll need to start out with the front page settings. This starts us off with the banner image. Because Travis is a YouTuber, we will take advantage of this and use the YouTube URL. However, you can choose to have an image here, where you can place this by image or hide image here. For us, we will go over here to YouTube. And copy this URL here and go ahead and put URL there. And as we can see, this is working. Now we can choose to keep this, or we can go with a picture of Travis later. For now, we will keep this. Now we want to have a title and subtitle here. And so we will say, now keep in mind, these features I'm using are only available because of the theme I chose. If you chose a different theme, a lot of things you're seeing right now might not be available. Now, if you want to just follow along with me and set up your site this way, I'd say go ahead and follow along. But keep in mind, if you did choose a different theme, some of these things I'm doing will not be options for you. Speak with Travis today, and now we'll put a little description in here as well. And right here, we're adding just a little bit of a description where we can hear exactly what this is for. And then finally, we'll do a button label. We'll say book a call. And right now, we'll just put a placeholder link right here so that a button will actually show up. So right here, thanks to what we did, we can see the background video that is currently playing. If this is too distracting, we can swap this out for image later down the line. But we can also see we've added a title right here. We've added a subtitle up here and added a description. Now for you guys here, this can be your main product offering. If you have a main product or service that you want to feature here, this is where you can highlight it, video or photo behind the screen in a big banner style like this, along with the title for what your item is, a subtitle here, and a description. Now that we've had this here, we can hit publish. Now, I just got to remember that for now, we've only put placeholder link right here. This takes you to google.com. We do want to make sure we change this later so that this links to where our product is. Now that we finished our banner section, we can move now down to the client section. Right here, we're prompted to add a widget called Blossom Client Logo. Now, as we go through these sections, keep in mind that they are completely optional, and you may be in the case where this section is not necessary for you while you're setting up your site, depending on what you're selling or what you're offering as a service. Now, for us, what we want to do with the site is we want to offer coaching calls for Travis, so we do want to highlight some of the past success stories. This includes some of his past students that have launched multi-million-dollar brands selling on Amazon, so this is our opportunity to put their logos there. If you can benefit from a section that has logos, you can go ahead and follow along with me as we add this section to the website. If you could benefit from a section that has logos from past people you've worked with or past people that use your product that makes sense, you can use that in this section. This will just be a carousel of images and you can follow along. Otherwise, you can go ahead and skip to the next section. I'm going to go ahead and hit add another logo. This title right will not be seen by the public, so just keep that in mind. And it will prompt us to go ahead and upload an image. I'm going to go ahead and upload all 3 images in bulk so I don't have to do them back to back by just dragging and dropping them. Now, let me select the first logo. We're going to go ahead and select. Now we're just going to go here and go one by one and upload each one of these images. I'll start off with cocktail cards, which was, if you're not aware, AJ's brand of cocktail cards that he launched after going through the passion product formula. I'll then go through and upload the next 2 logos to be featured here. Apto Cocktail Cards will have Eco Sports, which was Troy's brand of eco sports products that he has launched over time after going through the Passion Product Formula. All of their stories are available on Travis's YouTube channel, where you can learn more about how you can use the Passion Product Formula to do the same in your life. Now, before we continue, one thing we'll need to do to make sure things start showing up instead of a blog site is we'll need to go over to Pages right here. Go ahead and hit Add New Page. Go through the wizard and just type home at the top here. Now, the side right here, what we need to do, after we do this, we just want to go ahead and publish it without much done at all. Confirm the publish. Now, once we've created the page, we need to navigate over to Settings and Reading. And in your home page displays, click a static page and click for your home page, click Home for your home page. Now click Save Changes. This will now make the changes that we make on Appearance show up. So let's navigate back now to Appearance/Customize, and we can now see that our logos are starting to click here. Now let's navigate back down to Front Page Settings, Client Section, and we're going to call this section Travis's Clients. And we can use this section to upload logos of clients that Travis has worked with. On this note, we're going to upload one more logo for Seer Pro right here. Now, likely what we'll need to do as Seer Pro is in white is change Seer Pro to be black, and that way they can all show up. But for now, we can see that we have this first section here with Travis in the background talking. This can be where you feature your product or main service right here, along with a blurb that advertises our main sell point here. Then we have a list of clients. So let's continue down here onto the next section. Now we have an About section. We're going to go through here and make sure that we have all of these set up. We have a call to action. We have a testimonial. Next, we will go on to create the About section on our website. In order to do this, we need to go back over to our pages and click Add New Page. We will call this About Me. If your case, if it's not just a one-person website, you can use any word you want. Call this About Me, our story. There's lots of different ways to word this site. Tell others about what your business is, what you sell, and what you're doing. Once we create a page, we're going to tap in here and just use a text block for now, although you can choose other blocks over here. As you can see, we can hit the plus button, add a paragraph, image, heading, gallery, list, quote. If not, browse all and see all the different features that you can add in here. This can really bring your page to life, but for now, I will just be adding text right here to tell a story about who Travis is and reflect it on its website. Once we have this ready, we'll go ahead and hit the push button. We now have an About section that is ready on our website. Now we can go back over to the Appearance here, hit Customize, and navigate down to the Front Page Settings. On the About section, we hit the Featured Page widget, select the About Me page, and we can see Show Page Full Content. We can use it to now show the full About section, or you can use the abbreviated content if you don't want to show the full thing. Let's go ahead and update this by pressing the Publish button now. Now that we've got the About section, we now have a Call to Action section we can add here. This is another point for you to make a sale for one of your main offerings. So you can say right here, get Travis Marciani exclusive merch. And our button label here is going to say get merch. And we'll use a placeholder again. We just got to remember to come in here later and swap this out for on our actual site. Again, we want this to align with our brand colors, so we will be going with our signature orange here. And I do want this to be a little lighter. If you do know the code for the color, you can put in the code there. And then again, we'll hit the Publish button at the top. Now just to go through again, we have this banner up top with the advertisement for our main service right here. We have some clients we worked with before and the potential to add many more logos. So this can be a whole carousel right here, a little bit of an About section right here. And then we have another call to action for another service here. Let's continue down and finish out this homepage. Now we have an opportunity for a testimonial section where we can put testimonials from people we've worked with in the past. These for you can be reviews for your product and service, or just things people have said about you. If you don't have any yet, you can ask friends and family for testimonials and add them here. Our testimonials. This is where you'll put the title for the section. And right here, we can add a testimonial. Here, what our past clients have said. And right here, we actually have a list of testimonials. Right here, we will put in our testimonials from Mina, who is the CEO of. And if you want to add multiple testimonials, let's see if this works. We can add a second testimonial right here, and it will become a carousel. Let's go ahead and add our second testimonial. This one from Troy. Cool. And now we have 2 testimonials here, and you know exactly how you could add more. You might prefer not having this part right here. You take this off right here and just have these right next to here, which actually I do. I like this a lot better. I think it flows better. Now we have a testimonial section also available on our homepage. Moving on down, we can add in the services that we offer in an icon text section here. Go ahead and find the Blossom icon text section and add it in below. We will call this section our services. Or in this case, because it's Travis's website, we'll call it My Services. We can even add in a little extra description as another subtitle here. Now we can find icons and add them here along with the services that we offer. Our services are all about making money online. So let's go ahead and add a money service right here. View my current coaching. And right here, we can add a little bit of a description about what exact services we are offering. Now, if you aren't offering services, you can use this section for something else, featuring your products, or you can use a different section that works better with what you're doing. And then we'll say view services. And then once again, we will use a placeholder link. We'll just have to remember, we will have to go back in here and change this later on down the line. We also have the option to upload an image here, which I will take advantage of. Now we can see what it looks like. There's an image on top. We add a widget right here. You can add another one or an icon. Text. And we can call this one My Merch. View my exclusive passion product merch drops. Once we have actual merch images, I will obviously include those, but for now, we'll just use a placeholder of a t-shirt here. And we're going to see a shirt show here. And then finally, we'll do one more here. We'll call this one My Courses. Get access to all of my courses on Amazon, Mindset, and beyond. And maybe there's an education, learns, or school. Yeah, we have school right here. That as an icon. We're going to go ahead and upload just our passive product logo for now. And we're going to use again courses. We'll use another placeholder link, just keeping in mind that we will have to change these later. And we'll say view merch. And then we'll use that. Cool. And now we've set up a section where we can see that we offer both services, merch, and courses. And I do think that since these images are different sizes, I might just go ahead and completely remove them so that we can focus on having the icons instead, which I think flows just a little bit better. Perfect. As you can see here, we have services, merch, and courses, which are our 3 offerings that we'll be setting up today in our store. Now, if we want to have a blog, we can set up a blog that looks something similar to this, where we can post articles on here and have them review. For now, I'm just going to focus on the e-commerce features, so I can turn this off. Just keep in mind, you can use WordPress to update your blog here, so you can have articles that can lead to sales. I'm going to go ahead and disable the section. Now we have a simple call to action where we can put another call to action similar to this again at the bottom. Now we can do this again if we wish, and I'll just go ahead and set it up just so you can show once again how the call to action is done. Once again here, we can choose a title where I'm going to say this: view my courses. Don't miss out on an opportunity to join the #1 Amazon course online. New cohort begins next month. To join, when we call action buttons, we'll say join my course, and we want to make this our signature blue color, which is just a little bit perfect. And once again, we will put a placeholder link until we can swap it out. Cool. Now we have another call to action at the bottom. So this will complete our page. Keep in mind, we still have this bed at the top, and I'm going to walk you through how we can fix this up and add a menu here in just a second. As you can see, our homepage is basically set up where we have our main item here, we have our clients, we have an about section, we have a call to action right here to get merch, some testimonials, our 3 services we offer, and another call to action at the bottom. Now, let's finish this off and see about the next sections here. Right here, finally, we can add a little contact section where people can contact us. If we want, we can just add a contact widget, say contact me. If we want to add a contact section, you can say here, if you have any questions about my offerings, and I'll put my email as travis@passionproduct.com right here. Obvious reasons. If you have a storefront, you can put your storefront address here, as well as if you have a business telephone, you can put here. Now, we do not have a business telephone, so I'm going to leave the section blank, but as you can see, people can choose to contact us via our email address right here. Now this homepage is almost really complete. Let's finish it off with a few extra things. Now, with our header up here, we can add a couple things. The first thing we want to do is add a header search section. This will allow a search bar at the top for people to find our products. I kind of like the look of this, so I will leave it for now. Then we can add a phone number and contact email here at the top even. So I'm going to go ahead and put that same email that I just mentioned right here. Now people have an easy way to contact us, and they'll see it right at the top of the page. Now we can also add a get a start button. So we're going to add a book a call button right at the top. And once again, we'll put a placeholder link till we make our product. Right here, you can see the book a call button show up. Now, we still have the rest of our page to set up here, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. We can also add some social media links to the header. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of these. We're going to start off with Instagram, but this is an opportunity where you can add your social links to the top of your page. We're going to add our Instagram right here. There we can select the icon for it to show up. And we can see now we have a little Instagram icon right there. I'm also going to go ahead and put my LinkedIn here too. And we can select the LinkedIn button and put our LinkedIn. So right here, we can now see my Instagram and my LinkedIn are available. And you know what? I think we might as well go ahead and add Twitter too. Just like the other two, we can find the Twitter logo and we'll go ahead and get our Twitter link to put in. Now we have 3 links at the top here, as well as a search bar, as well as our contact email address. This is really coming together, as you can see. SEO settings, you shouldn't really have to mess with. These settings should be all you need. However, if you do want advanced knowledge on SEO, there are some practices you can use. Moving on to post and blog settings, this will really depend on whether you are using the blog functionality or not. For most of the e-commerce functions we're talking about with WooCommerce, none of these are necessary. On Instagram settings, this theme has the option for us to add an Instagram section. We can turn this on, and there will be a section here at the bottom where we can add a feed to add our Instagram account if we choose to. I'm going to turn it off for now though. We also have a newsletter section where we can add a newsletter section where all we have to do is set up this plugin with our email newsletter. I'm also going to keep this one off for now. Moving out of our general settings, we have a few more things we need to do to get this front page finished. And the first one is our menu. As you can see yet, we don't actually have a menu yet, so we need to create this. We're going to call this menu main. Now, the menu is usually the bar that appears at the top here where you can choose the different pages to go to. In a case of an e-commerce store like this, oftentimes the options would be such as the About Us page that we already built, the shop page, or different categories of the shop page to go to, and maybe a Contact Us page at the very end. This is an easy way for users of your site to get around and find the pages that they need to go to. Also, this is the primary location for this theme, so we can go ahead and check this box, and this menu will start showing up in this location. Now, we do need to add some items to it. Now, we don't have too many pages yet, but we can go ahead and add these 2 pages. Once we set up other pages, we'll be able to add them here, but for now, we're going to go ahead and put these 2 pages here and publish it. So now this is really coming together. Finally, we have a couple more changes to make. The first thing we need to do is go to Site Identity and uncheck this box so that these 2 things don't show up and we only have a logo. Now, this logo isn't quite working yet, so we need to adjust the width to make sure that it fills out on the site as works with the rest of it. As you can see here, the logo is getting bigger until it finally fits. Perfect. That's much better. We can even take it down just a few. And I think that's just about right. Let me go ahead and publish this. Now, the last thing we can do here is mess around with the text right here. This will allow us to put our own copyright text right here. As you can see, we just customized the text right here. And I'm going to go ahead and press the publish button. Now our homepage is almost completely finished. As you can see, we have a contact email, social media, a search bar where we can search for something on the site, our logo here, our pages that we've created here, a book a call button, our main offering here with a video behind it, a book a call button here, another call to action, our clients we've worked with in the past and their logos, about us section, a call to action bar right here, our testimonials where we can create a carousel of testimonials, our offerings, another call to action, and a little contact section at the bottom. Right here, this is looking great, and now it's time to move on to actually setting up our storefront and adding in these pages. Now that we've got a lot of the WordPress setup features out of the way, we can move on to actually setting up WooCommerce and getting these e-commerce functionality set up inside the site. Let's go over here and navigate over to plugins. And then click on the Add New Plugin button. If you navigate to Popular or Search, you should be able to find WooCommerce right here. Let's go ahead and hit the Install Now button. It's a pretty big plugin, so it'll take just a minute to install. Once it's installed, once again, like your previous plugins, hit the Activate button. Now, this will take you through the WooCommerce wizard, where you can go through the steps to get your WooCommerce integrated in with the rest of your website. Make sure you check this bottom. You can check this box down here, and then hit the Set Up Your Store button. You can also skip this guided setup if you know what you're doing, but I'm going to take you through it to show you exactly how it works. Let's go ahead and hit Set Up My Store. Which wording best describes you? Are you already selling or just setting up your business? I'm going to say I'm just starting my business. Now we want to give our store a name. What industry are we in? We're in education and learning. Make sure you choose the one that most relates to what you're doing. Then, where's your store located? There's a lot of different options. In the US, you can also select your state. Make sure this reflects what you are. Now, your email address. You can also opt in to receive tips and discounts. I'm going to skip that though and just hit the continue button. Now, these are a few extra plugins that WooCommerce is going to prompt you to install. I honestly don't 100% recommend all of these, although you can install them and just not use them. I'm actually going to disable this Pinterest one. You can install all these and just choose not to use them, which I'm going to do in this case. Now WooCommerce is just going to take a second to set up the site based on the settings you just gave it here. Great. Once that setup process has finished, you'll be taken over to the WooCommerce section of your nav bar over here. Just like when we went through the WooCommerce wizard, there is a step-by-step checkboxes that you can go through to take you through every step of getting WooCommerce set up on your site. The first step here is adding products to sell. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Add Products button. Now we'll have to select what type of product this is. Is it a physical product, a variable product, or a group product? And not only that, there's actually more product types. A digital product, a subscription product, or an external product. To start us off, I'm going to start with a physical product. I'm going to go through all of these offerings with you, but to start us off, we'll start with a physical product. Just tap this button to get started. Now we're going to write a name for this item. For this, I'm going to call it the Passion Product T-shirt. And now you can write a description for your item. Again, both of these your customers will see, so think about that. Now you can write both a list price and a sale price. Now the sale price is the price that you'll actually sell the item at, where the list price is the price you'll compare it to. I recommend that most people put a list price and a sale price that's slightly lower, as customers will usually be more likely to buy an item they think is on sale. Right here for the list price, I'll put the list price as $22.99 and the sale price as $19.99. Now we can add a description. Now this is the customer-facing side of the summary. Now this is already shown at the top of the page, so do we really need a description? It really depends. Now right down here, you can add a description. Now as we've already added a summary to the top of the page, we don't necessarily need to add a description. However, once we see what this looks like, we can preview around whether we want the summary in the description spot or an extra part in the description. For now, I'm going to leave it blank. Now we can select an image to upload of our product. Now I'm going to go ahead and select the image of my t-shirt here, upload it, and this will be the cover photo. Now we can select a second image to show another view of the item. I recommend doing up to 4 to 5 images for each one of your products, although you can make the final decision. We can also swap which one is the cover by clicking on another item and clicking cover. You can also delete and replace an item by clicking either replace to upload a new item to replace it, or click remove to completely delete this image from your item. Now, if your item comes with a digital download, this is what would become available to your customers should there be a digital download included with it. This could be a PDF, a PNG, a document, an MP3, or an MP4. So a video, audio, or text file, along with images. Now, as this is a physical item, I won't be touching the download section for now, although when we get into digital items, I will show you how to set this up. Once we've had this, let's go into organization. We can now create a new category called merch, or you can make one or multiple categories here where you can put your item in. I will leave it in merch and take it out of uncategorized, although if you want multiple categories, go for it. This is where you can really help your items become searchable and also list them more organized on your website when we get to that later. You probably want your item to show up in search results and in your product catalog, although you can turn these off if that be the case. Enable product reviews if you want your customers to be able to leave a review on your item. If you want your item to be password protected, which you might do in an exclusive drop, you can turn this on as well. You can also create tags to really help the searchability. We're going to add the tags t-shirt and merch to really help people search for these if they want to use that search bar at the top of the site. Let's go over to the pricing section now. As we've already set the list price and sale price before, this is where you can create more advanced features into your pricing. You can schedule a sale to occur between a certain time period where the sale price will only be occurring for. Otherwise, the sale price will always show up. I'm just going to keep this on default, but if you do want to set a sale, you just have to select the dates on the calendar and select when it will go to. I recommend that you look into what your regulations are on when you have to pay sales tax when choosing these and not take advice from me, as I'm not a CPA or accountant. If you go into the advanced section, you can also select a tax class. Again, I'm not a CPA or accountant, so if you're looking for tax advice, I recommend you consult with one or look for advice online. Now let's move to inventory. You can have this item always be marked in stock or out of stock, or if you want to actually have an inventory system, you can track stock quantity for this product. Check this box and include how many products you have. Let's just say we have 15 t-shirts currently in stock. We'll go ahead and put those there. In advanced settings, you can choose when out of stock, if you want allow purchases but notify customers, or just not allow purchases at all. Our store default right now is we get an email sent when our stock reaches 2. However, we can set that number higher if we need to be notified more in advance. You can also put a restriction on to limit purchases to 1 per item. Let's move on to shipping. Does this item require shipping or pickup? Because this is a physical item, it will probably require shipping or pickup. We can run that. We now can create a shipping class. Right here, we'll call the shipping class merch and create a description. This description is just for our store administrators to know what it's for. We'll just call it merch items. And then in parentheses, small. Now the dimensions of this package we'll need to put on here. We put the dimensions for this package. We've used these dimensions to try to match what a shirt would be on the site. Once this looks good, let's go ahead and move into variations. Now, because this is an item of clothing, it's likely that there'll be variations associated with it. To add variation options, go ahead and click this button. And this is where we can create an attribute. Now, there's probably a size element available here. And right here, you can select the different sizes. So for a shirt, we'll have small available, as well as medium. Now that we've set that up, go ahead and hit add, and we can see our variations here. Now, because we have different variations, we can manage the pricing, shipping, and inventory for each variation individually, just like any other product in our store. Let's go ahead and save draft so we can go ahead and get these added. Let's click on large so we can add this first. We can add extra images that the large side will have. And this is pretty much the same shirt. We won't do this, but keep in mind we could add an image here that's strictly focused on the large shirt. Then let's go to pricing. Here we can set the regular price for the large shirt. We're going to set it as the same price as the other shirts. We can also set the inventory so that it matches the SKU. If we want to set inventory, we can even create a new SKU for this, where this is a large t-shirt, rather than just being the same one. Then we can create in stock so we can manage the quantity of just the large shirt so that it's not matched in the same SKU. SKU stands for stock keeping unit, and this is the name that you'll give your item so you can ensure whether they're stock or not. If you want to manage the stock separately, you'll have to create a separate SKU for the new item. As you can't be managing the stock of the large shirts as the same as the small, unless in the rare case you're able to stretch a shirt, you'll want to create a new shirt. Right here, we'll just add an extra large tag on the end and set the available quantity of this item at 5. We'll go ahead and hit the update button. Now we can go back to the main product right here and click on the next variation. This is of the medium shirt. Once again, we can upload any images right here, add any notes. If people click on this variation, if, like we said, the medium size runs big, we can add this note here to be available for customers to see. Once again, we'll go in pricing, and we're going to set the same price. And we also want to create a new SKU for this product. Right here, we've created a new SKU, and we want to track the stock quality of this product. For this product, there's only 10 available. And the shipping will be about the same. Although it's a large and medium shirt, they'll be relatively similar. Let's go ahead and hit the update button, and then go navigate back again to the main product. Now let's repeat the process with the small. Again, you'll have the same options to customize what you want to show up here. And in pricing, we'll be able to add the price as well as the sale price. And I just did that in reverse, so I'll go ahead and fix that. Now in inventory, let's just say for the small shirt, we can create these on demand, so we don't actually need to manage the quantity. I'm going to go ahead and update, and now, well, we can create a new SKU for this. Just pass your product t-shirt small, and we're not tracking the quantity, and it's in stock. Let's go ahead and hit update. Now that we've set up all the items, you can see each one of the variations here. We can tap the preview button to see what this item looks like on our store. As you can see here, we can select between the medium, or see, we have this note here that says run big. You can see the 10 are in stock, see one out of the basket. As we search for the customization in a minute, we can see about hiding some of these options. If you don't want the stock to show up, we can take this item away. We can see the SKU here. We can take this away, and we can even take off the category and tags. But for right now, this is what it looks like. You can choose your option. Now let's navigate back here. Let's just say another variation that this t-shirt offers is the color. Let's create a new attribute called color and create a version where you can get the shirt in both black or white. Let's go ahead and hit the add button again. As you can see below here, now we have a lot more variations of the shirt available. Now, for the most part here, the black and white colored shirts have just inherited the price properties from their size counterparts. However, the one thing that's changed is all of the inventory has defaulted by 1. This is because WooCommerce has no way of telling how much of each colored shirt is in your inventory. To fix this, what we can do here is we can go ahead and go to white shirts here. We can go ahead and select hit quick update. And we can set the stock of each one of these items. We have 5 in stock. This will feature each one to be at 5. We can now update these and say, we can set the list price on each of these right here and do it without even leaving the site. We can change the visibility. We can change the pricing to increase the list price, add a sale price, and set all of these. We can change the inventory level here. We can change the shipping, and we can change the downloads. Now, the one thing you might want to do that you won't be able to do from this page is add an image. Let's go back over to our black colored shirt. As the images we showed before are for a white shirt, we may want to go individually here and add a colored black shirt. We may want to add a black shirt to show up so that users can easily tell the difference between these two items. Right here, let's go ahead to Media Library, and once again, select this black shirt that we found earlier. Now let's go back to our main product. And once again, that was for a large. We'll just have to keep that in mind and go through the medium. Let's go ahead and add this image now too. And now let's go ahead and preview this item again. As you can see here, we have that new item that showed up now. We have this new image that showed up here as available. Now when we navigate to the color black, this image now shows up. Whereas we navigate to white, it's gone again. And then we can change R. You can see it's still in stock. These, whereas in black, there's only 1 of stock. We haven't adjusted the stock yet. This is how you deal with an item that has multiple variations. This is how you customize an item with various attributes like size and color. And you can use these same principles to customize other attributes too that your item may have. Now let's navigate back to the all products section of WooCommerce. Now let's go ahead and add a new product. For this item, we will be offering a 30-minute coaching call with Travis. Let's put that down in our name. 30-minute coaching call with Travis. And add a description for this. For this one, we will put just a list price and not a sale price, as this item is always the same price, and we don't want to increase the scarcity. However, images for this, once again, you can choose whatever. For this, I will just include a picture of Travis. And we don't need any downloads for this, as this is a service rather than a digital download product. Now let's move on to categories. We're going to create a new category for coaching, and we're also going to take it out of uncategorized. We're not going to enable product reviews because a service like this isn't really the type of product that should enable product reviews. Now for tags, we want to just go ahead and create a tag for coaching, and we'll leave it at that. Now let's just say we want to add some attributes to this service, and we'll just call this one length and say we can do a call for either 30 minutes or 1 hour. Let's go ahead and add these right here. We'll get to the pricing on this in a minute. Move on to inventory here. We're not going to be tracking stock quality for this product unless we have a limited number of slots available for Travis coaching. Other than Travis's time, the amount of time on his calendar, there's no stock that can go up and down on this. For this, we're just going to be keeping it as in stock and not tracking the quantity. However, we can start doing that in the future. This product does not require shipping or pickup, so we will turn this section off. Now, moving on to variation options, we're going to turn this on as we had set up, as we'd set one up for length earlier. Once again, we said this is 30 minutes or 1 hour. Let's go ahead and add below. Now we can see our variation right here. Let's go ahead and save this draft to make sure our changes do not get removed, and then go into 1 hour. Let's go into our pricing again. And this one obviously is for more time, so we will be charging $4.99 instead of the other price we said earlier. Once we've done that, this is actually, we'll say 1 hour coaching call with Travis, and we're going to go and hit update. Now we can go back to the main product, and we want to make sure the 30-minute price is also set. Let's go into the pricing and make sure this is listed at $2.99, and we will go ahead and hit the update button. Now we've set up these two things. Right here, we can preview what this looks like. Right here, you can see the price is set at $2.99 for a 30-minute session. If you move up to an hour, this price goes up to $4.99 right there. You add your basket, this will pull up right here. The little basket will appear at the top, and you can go checkout right here, as well as add a coupon on your checkout page.
Next, let's navigate over to pages. When you installed WooCommerce, a shop page was automatically created, along with a basket, a checkout, a My Account, and a privacy policy. Let's first check out the shop page. Here, by clicking View, you can preview what the shop looks like. By clicking View on Account, you can view the My Account page. By clicking Checkout, you can view the checkout, and Basket, you can view the basket. Here, you can see what we have in our cart, and basket, you can see what we currently have in our basket. As you can see right here, our refund and returns and privacy policy are both marked as a draft. In order to follow regulations, we'll have to make sure that both of these pages get published. Go ahead and hit the Publish button at the top of this page to publish your refunds and returns page, and then navigate back. We can publish our privacy policy by doing the same thing. Now, I do recommend that you do take an edit through both these pages before publishing them, as there will be suggested text that we need to take out. If you already have a privacy policy for your website, you can make sure to put it in there. There are many generators online where you can generate a privacy policy that's matched with you, and a special tip is you can even check out ChatGPT to have it write you both a privacy policy and returns page, both with legal terminologies to its best of its knowledge. Again, I do recommend double checking the information it provides. Let's go ahead and hit update after we remove that information. When we navigate over to our products, we can see that both these two products at the bottom are marked as drafts. Drafts will not show up in your live store. To activate a product, let's click into it, and we'll go ahead and add the product by clicking the Add button at the top. Let's go back to our products again, and we'll go into this item of merch. And we'll go into this t-shirt. Once again, just like we did, in order to publish a draft item, all we have to do is click the Add button at the top. Both these items should be live now. If we navigate over to the shop, we can refresh this page, and both these two other items will show up. Now we have 4 items in our shop. When we click into the 30-minute session here, we can select the length between 30 minutes and an hour, and see the price update as we choose each one. If we want an hour, we can hit Add to Basket, and the item will add to basket, and we can view the basket here. We can adjust the quantity in the cart by using these buttons. Let's say we want to customize our shop page and add something that's not currently on here. Let's go back to our site and go over to Pages. Now, let's click on Shop. Let's go ahead and add a text section. Say, welcome to my shop. Here we've added a blurb of text. If we hit this Update button, and then hit the View page, since we now have our shop page created, we need to add it to our header right here. Let's navigate back over to the Customize section of Appearance, and then select Menus. Here you can see our current primary menu. Let's go ahead and add another option. We have many choices about what we can list here. We can list our entire shop page, or we could even list a specific product. Or, if we want, because our products are so different, we can list individual product categories or even product tags. For this case, because we do have very different products, we will use product categories for this section. Let's click on Merch to add this as a section. I like the name Merch, so we'll stick with it. Then we'll add Coaching. This will go ahead and automatically add the section. Then we'll add Digital Downloads and Subscriptions. Now, I don't necessarily like the way Digital Downloads is written out there. It takes up a lot of space. So let's just say Digitals right here for a quicker way. And we want to make sure everything can fit here. And we'll change this to just say Subscribe. Now everything is covered on this bar right here. Let's go ahead and hit Publish. We can view to see what this looks like on the web by navigating back over to our website, our URL right there. And we can see all of these buttons right here. Let's click on Merch just to see how it works. And here we can see our Passion Product t-shirt and more items if we added more to the merch category. So again, we can click into the item. There's one more thing we need to do. This button right here is supposed to book a call. We need this to link to the Book a Call product. Let's navigate back over here. Find our coaching product right here, a 30-minute coaching call with Travis. Then let's copy this. Let's put this as the button link and hit Publish. Now, once again, let's navigate over to the home page, click Book a Call, and we're taken over to this product where you can choose to book a call. This site is really coming together, but I'd love to feature our products on the home page right here. Let's again go to Customize. We need to make sure our Join My Course button links over to the Amazon course. Because the Amazon course is sold on a different website, we'll have to make sure we link it over to that specifically. These buttons are also supposed to have links to services, so we need to make sure this is linking over to services. Let's go back over to our website here, click on coaching, and we'll copy the link. Let's go over to my merch now. We need to make sure here we link to the merch tab and publish, and then finally my courses. Let's click the link to digitals and link right here. Now let's navigate back over to the website and see if we missed anything. Great, this link should work great. And let's keep going. You can see brands we've worked with before. Now, I think we have one more button here to link, and it's this Get Merch Now button. Let's copy that merch link one more time, and we're gonna go ahead and link right in here. And hit publish. Now let's navigate back over to the home page and make sure everything's linked. This should have a link. This should have a link. Product testimonials. And then all three of these have links along with this right here. Great. Now this is really coming together. Our site is almost complete. We do still need to link this book a call button. Now, going back into Customize, there's one thing I think we can fix with this bar right here. We have this big book a call button, so I don't know if we necessarily need coaching in the main menu. So let's go ahead in here. Let's take coaching off of a category, but let's go ahead and make sure that this button right here for coaching is linked to our coaching. So let's copy this link again for a call with Travis. And now when we refresh, great. Now when we refresh here, this bar is a little bit less crowded and this book a call button is functioning great. We can even see this bar up here. It has an email we can contact along with our social medias right here. And the cart, we can click on here to navigate over to the cart. Now, let's just say on this cart page, we need something to customize on this page right here. To do that, let's navigate over to pages and then navigate over to the basket section. So right here, we can see the design and we can make edits. You know what? I really like if we call this your cart instead of basket. I think that has a better feel to it. So we can change the name right there. Some of this is going to pull from the filled basket right here. So this is a module. So we can't make edits to the individual items. And unless we add an extension, we can't actually edit this, as well as a lot of these items are here. We can change the name from cart totals. We can't actually edit the prices or things down here. We have this section right here that says you may be interested in, and we can even add another module down here. We'll add, for example purposes, I'm going to go down here and add a little message that says, thanks for shopping with me. Cool. And one more thing is I really don't like how there was this sidebar. If we see right here, I just don't think this is necessary. It's taking up a lot of valuable space. So we can go down here and select we want full width for this page. Let's go ahead and hit update to make those changes live. Now let's refresh this page and we can see the sidebar is now gone and we have this message here that says thanks for shopping with me. Let's go ahead and check on our other pages. The next one would be the checkout page. Right here, once again, we have the sidebar and there's a couple design changes I think we can make to make this better. Let's go over here and click on the checkout page now. Once again, let's go to the bottom and make this full width. That way this sidebar will be removed. And let's see if there's any changes we can make. Contact information. We'll use this email to send you details and updates about your order. Let's add another message that says, we will never spam you. Cool. Perfect. And then there's an option right here. I would like to hear about upcoming deals and offers from Travis to add some personalized text to this page. And you know what? Right here, they have the option to add a note to the order. I don't really like this block, so let's go ahead and remove that. So now people cannot add a note to the order. And I think we are set. Let's go ahead and update this page. And let's see what it looks like. Cool, we have the full length now. We have this message right here, and we have this right here. I think this is coming together very nicely. One more page I think we should customize is the account page. Now this page is not going to be used often, but I still want to make sure that it's being utilized to its fullest potential. This is what the account page looks like, and again, we have this sidebar over here. So let's navigate into the account and see what we can do about this. Let's click on full width, and we can see this corpo for my account. All we need to do is make this full width. I think the rest will take care of itself. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Now we have full width and no sidebar. Cool. Well, this page has very much come together, working very well. Next, let's talk about product reviews. Product reviews on your listing provide social proof to potential customers that your product has been validated and is liked by others. These reviews can go a long way to show your product is what it claims to be, and it is a good product of good quality. Now, there are many options to go about adding reviews on WooCommerce, but I'm going to show you my favorite method. And this involves, let's go over once again to the plugin store and add new plugin. Right here, we're going to search for reviews in WooCommerce. There's going to be a lot of review plugins, and there's even some default functionality from within WooCommerce, but I really like custom reviews for WooCommerce, and we're going to go ahead and hit install, wait for this install, and activate. Now, I like it because it's going to make your reviews function very well on the site and really flow, especially with the theme that I gave you guys today, but it will work with a lot of different themes that you use, and you can do your research, check out these other ones. There's going to be other ones that offer other features like videos, but really this keeps it simple, keeps it light, and you'll run into the least problems with integrations with this one right here. As you can see with social proof, the reviews for this plugin really stand for itself here. Now you can unleash that power that this plugin uses yourself with reviews on your own site. Now that we activate the plugin, let's scroll down and find it here. Now we can see a new tab open up right here called reviews. So let's click on it. And we can see reviews as they come in here. And let's go ahead and hit the settings right here so we can see how this works. Now we have a few options here that we can enable. This first one here will enable automatic follow-up emails for an invitation to submit a review when someone orders and receives a product. This can be great if you're trying to get reviews to your item. This can be great if you're trying to get more reviews to get more people to feature the reviews on your site. And I'm going to go ahead and check it so you can see how it works. The second question here is going to be if you want verified reviews or not. Verified reviews will independently verify that these are actual customers leaving reviews of your item and not, say, a competitor trying to sabotage your listing. If you do not choose this option, independent verification will not be in place and anyone can leave a review on your store. For this case, I'm not super worried about that, so I'm going to go with the no verification option. Right here, you can select the sending delay for how many days should pass before this message occurs. Now, for the number of days, you want enough time for your product to be received by the recipient and also enough days for them to appreciate and enjoy the product where they'll want to leave a review. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 7 days right there. And right here, you can see select the order status when this is triggered, whether it's completed or processing, whether they've received the item or not, or just placed the order. That's going to be the biggest difference. And we can enable this for all categories. Let's do specific categories because there's going to be some items here where we do not want reviews on them for. So let's select. I think we want reviews for merchandise, for coaching, and for digital downloads. But subscriptions, I don't think we want to leave a review for a subscription service. We'll enable it for all roles. Enable for guests. This will be an option whether you want to only allow reviews for people who have accounts or anyone who's browsing their site. I'm going to turn it on for guests so guests will be able to leave reviews. Now down here, there's an option where you can allow for the moderation of reviews. This will enable manual moderation of reviews submitted by your verified customers. This setting only applies to reviews that are submitted in response to reminders sent by the plugin. This way you can check to see what people are posting in the reviews before they get published, to make sure you can filter out any reviews for things you don't want on your website before they get there. For this case, I'm going to leave this one off. Once we made those changes, let's go ahead and hit Save Changes to make sure these stay. Now, let's navigate back over to our website here, and let's click on a product. Now we can see a new tab at the bottom here that says Reviews. Let's click on it. We can leave a review that says, "Love the fabric. Great shirt. I wear it everywhere." And as we turned on no moderation, this comment should automatically post. And as you can see, we now have one review for this product, and it shows up right here as one customer review. Even when we go over in the merch tab, we can see this 5 stars right here indicates this looks like it's a pretty good product. There's more settings you can match around with, but as we can see, as reviews come in this tab, you can see these reviews start to come in, the account they're from, or if they're from a guest, it'll mention they're from a guest. If this review contains bad language or something else that you don't want on your website, you can unapprove it right here and it will disappear from the listing. Now, there's a few other settings you can mess with here. Review extensions. This is going to mess with the actual extension of your product. Here, you can change the visual style. There's 2 to choose from. I'm just going to stick with WooCommerce for now. You can disable the lightbox. You can add a review summary bar, which will enable a display of a histogram table with a summary of reviews on a product page. I'm actually going to turn that one on. Another option is you can turn on vote for reviews, which will enable people to upvote or downvote reviews based on how helpful they are. This is a cool option, but for now, I'm going to keep this one off. There's also options for a verified owner and customer avatars. I'm going to have both these turned off, and we're going to save the changes. Next, let's go over how you can create a coupon for your WooCommerce store. Navigate on the sidebar over here into Marketing, and then click on Coupons right here. Here, you will be directed to a page where you can create your very first coupon. As you can see, there are a lot of different coupon extensions that WooCommerce will recommend to you. These range from creating a unique URL that applies a discount to the cart, free gift coupons, smart coupons, store credit, and personalized coupons. These are all great options. For now, I'm just going to hit this Create Your First Coupon button. Right here, we can create our own coupon code. So we can have the code called Travis15. Or if we want, we can generate a unique coupon code. We can add a description here that says 50% off all items. The coupon amount, as mentioned here, it's a fixed. We can either do a percentage discount, a fixed basket discount, or a fixed product discount. As I mentioned, this is 50% off all items. We will do a coupon amount of 50%. We can also allow for free shipping with this coupon and set an expiration date. I'm going to set it for this Saturday. There are many options to promote this coupon. One includes adding a sticky bar. This requires us to authenticate with Opt-in Monster. Opt-in Monster can offer you a lot of tools involved in the promotion of your store, including your coupon efforts, like doing a sticky bar at the top. You can also do a pop-in. This is another feature with Opt-in Monster, or even a gamified spin to win. All of these are through Opt-in Monster and can make your offers much better and can add some fun and flavor to your site. We can also add usage restrictions to a coupon. This includes the minimum spend that someone can use on the coupon, or the maximum, or certain products it's ineligible for, or even a max amount this coupon is allowed to be used in usage limit. I don't need to turn any of this on, so I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. We can now see the coupon code generated, and if we go back over to the coupons tab, we can see our coupon listed right here, along with the expiration date and what the deal is for. Do keep in mind that these extra features for coupons, such as smart coupons, personalized coupons, all are an additional feature with WooCommerce called Automate Woo, which includes powerful marketing automation for WooCommerce. It contains many tools that you can use to help grow your business, and it does come in at $9.92 a month. Now, although this is a cost, it is much cheaper than Shopify or other alternatives, so you might decide this is worth it for you. However, you definitely do not need it to have success with WooCommerce.
Next, we will need to set up our WooCommerce shipping options. Unless you offer strictly digital products, you will need a means of delivering your product to your customers, and a means for your customers to select that during the checkout process. If you use a third-party logistics manager to house and store your inventory, there's a great chance that they offer a plugin for WordPress where you can connect to WooCommerce and offer your shipping modes via their plugin. Plugins like this include Boxify, ShipMaster, and many others, and these can make your shipping integrations very easy by connecting with your existing logistics manager or warehouses where you might have a third-party logistics manager ship, pack, and store your items. Now, for this purpose, I'm going to show you how to do it the most simple way, and that's within WooCommerce itself. If you scroll down here, you'll see that there's a prompt telling us to review our shipping options. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button. Right here, you can see that the wizard introduces the idea of shipping zones. Shipping zones are the different areas that your product can be shipped to, and different types of categories. A common way of doing this is having a shipping zone for the United States if you're a US-based business, and then having another zone for the rest of the world. However, your shipping options might differ from country to country, and that is why you create multiple zones for different types of countries. For instance, if you had a warehouse in the US that you ship from, and a warehouse in Europe that you fulfilled Europe orders from, these two would need two different shipping zones to have a different starting location and different costs associated with getting the items to each person. You can set shipping up to reflect the actual shipping costs that's coming from UPS or USPS or your shipping service, or you can charge a flat or set rate. Another common option is to allow free shipping after a certain order value. I'll be showing you how to set that up very shortly. Let's proceed here through the wizard that will take us around the page. Right here, we can see the shipping method of free shipping, which I'll go into more depth in just a second. Right here, it will also direct you towards WooCommerce Shipping, which will allow you to print USPS and DHL labels directly from WooCommerce for each of your orders as they come in. While WooCommerce Shipping is one option of a shipping logistics manager, as I mentioned earlier, there are many out there to choose from. Let's get the done button. First off, this zone is already created for the United States, so let's just go ahead and hit edit. We can give our zone a name, but this is a totally internal name. I'm just going to leave this at United States because it makes it very clear who this is for. And zone regions are in here. If, for instance, you wanted to ship within North America within your US zone, you could search here and add Canada as well. And right here, you can see the different shipping methods. We don't want free shipping right now, so I'll go ahead and delete this shipping method. Now we'll need to add a shipping method to replace that, so let's go ahead and hit add. Without adding a third-party logistics manager, we'll have to choose one of these three options. For now, we'll choose a flat rate, and we'll be charging a flat rate of $10. We'll keep this as taxable, and then let's go over our shipping cost clause. While you can write a standard number here, you can also use advanced costs. And this means entering a formula in here to find out your shipping cost. This can get very technical and advanced, but this allows you to change the shipping rate depending on the quantity of items within the cart, including a fee percentage, a minimum fee, and lots of other things. Again, this can get very technical, so I'm not going to dive into completely, but there'll be documentation if you want to learn how you can set up your complex shipping rate. If we go back here, we can also offer a local pickup option if you want to allow people to pick up your orders from a store or warehouse. We can say that this is free because it doesn't cost us anything. Now we have two methods available for shipping here, and we can go ahead and navigate back. Wait, hold on. Now our US shipping zone is set up. We also have another zone for the rest of the world. If you are not able to fill orders across the world, then you can just not offer a shipping method. This will not allow your worldwide customers to place an order for physical items. If we want to change this, we can edit it just like before and add a shipping method. Let's go ahead into the shipping settings real quick. In the shipping classes section, you can use certain shipping classes on different items to change the price based on the item being shipped. Right here, we've created a merch class right here that includes merch items that have a different shipping rate from something that, say, may be heavier. This is one of our only physical items, so this is all we have right now, but if you wanted to add a new shipping class, you could go here and create the class. For instance, the example it gives is heavy. Obviously, heavy packages are going to cost you more, so you can include that in the shipping price they cost. Finally, let's go to the local pickup tab. If we enable local pickup here, as we did for our US shipping group, we need to add a pickup location. This is the place where customers will be allowed to pick up their order. We can go ahead and enter in an address right here and add any details that the customer will need. Let's give our location a title and save changes. Great. Okay, we have our location here. Now, once again, there's a lot more possibilities here if we add an external plugin. For instance, the one recommended is WooCommerce Shipping. WooCommerce Shipping will allow you to reflect the actual cost of shipping onto the customer rather than just a flat rate or free rate of shipping. First, you just need to set your store location, install the shipping, and this will allow you not only to reflect the rates forward, but also allow you to print labels. I highly recommend using a solution like this if you're looking to reflect the actual rate of shipping and make your process easier, especially if you don't already have a logistics manager in place. When you want to proceed, just hit the enable button right here, and then we'll just need to connect our store with WordPress.com. The next important thing you'll need to do on your WooCommerce account is set up taxes. Setting up your taxes is extremely important to make sure you are following the laws and regulations when operating your store. In the US, for certain, you will need to make sure you do this so you can collect taxes and don't end up with penalties, owing a lot of money, or worse, legal problems down the line. Luckily for you, WooCommerce makes this extremely simple, and I'll walk you through it right now. Once again, on this homepage, we can click this Add Taxes Rate button right here. WooCommerce is going to recommend that you use WooCommerce Tax, although there's several other options here too. You can use a third-party plugin, and there's plenty out there that will help you collect taxes. By just searching WooCommerce Tax in the plugin store, you can see the large variety of them out there. You can also set up taxes manually. However, I don't recommend this option unless you really know what you're doing or want a very technical solution in place. What I recommend is just proceeding with WooCommerce Tax, as they're going to make it very simple and it's 100% free. To do that, I'm going to press this Continue Setup button. You see, we have this message right here that says, good news, WooCommerce Tax can automate your sales tax calculations for you. This is perfect. Great. Now that we've added WooCommerce Tax, it was as simple as that. Because we went through WooCommerce Tax, there's nothing else we need to do. And now if we go to our store will automatically be collecting sales tax based on where our users are located. Next, I'll be going over some tips and tricks for your website to show you how you can increase the sales on your website just by making some simple aesthetic changes on your website. First, I'll show you how you can enable upsells and product offers within your products. We'll be navigating back over to the Products tab, and we'll start by clicking on one of these offers. Adding upsells within WooCommerce is easy. All we're going to do is click on one of our products here, and we'll start with the Passion Product Fan Club. We'll scroll down. And if you don't see this, you just have to turn on the old editor, and we'll click on Linked Products right here. And right here, you can see we can add upsells and cross-sells. Upsells are products that will appear in the related section on the product page, while cross-sells will appear if you add this item to your cart on the cart page. Let's start by adding an upsell here, and we'll add an upsell for our Passion Products Formula t-shirt. And then in the cross-sells, let's add our course, Module 1. Cool. Now let's view this product here and see what it looks like. As you can see right here, we have a section now that says, you may also like, and contains our Passion Product t-shirt. Now let's add it to the basket and see what the cross-sell looks like. Let's go to our cart. We already have it in our cart, so let's remove the item. And now you can see when this is not in our cart, we get another prompt here that says, you may be interested here, and we can add this to basket. And then we do that, it'll once again disappear and be right here. Here we go, we can see our total here and our options. One of the great things about using WooCommerce is the large number of widgets and plugins that you can add to your store to do certain features that aren't going to be possible in other e-commerce platforms. These include adding certain pop-ups to collect emails, adding games and interactivity, increased search functionality, and the options are really going to be endless. And there's tons of plugins that I'm not going to be able to dive into every single one, but that's great news for you because your chances are if there's something you want to do with your store, you can find a plugin to do it. And I'm just going to show you this process to find plugins if you're looking. Now, one of the first places I go to would be to the WooCommerce store. So we can start here by going to WooCommerce, and then let's go to the WooCommerce website right here. And the first place we can look is in the extensions. There's going to be a few things here. WooCommerce Marketplace is going to be number 1, and this will show you different plugins and extensions that you can add to your store here. And they include targeting for Google Ads right here. This is going to help you with advertisements, get paid quickly through Paystack, and tons of different things. Beta tester to try out new versions of WooCommerce before they're released, and basically everything you need. You can see the most popular products here, and these are things that a lot of other people are going to be using on their store. These include shipping method. These include shipping methods, themes if you want to customize your site, payment solutions, store content, marketing. Some of these are going to be free, like Stripe. Stripe's going to let you integrate with Stripe with no additional cost. And some of these are going to cost money, but bottom line is by adding these to your store, you're able to completely customize what you're looking for here. By clicking on any one of these, you can proceed with using it right here. We have an AI assistant. If we really want an AI assistant, you can buy it now, and then it will guide you through the process of installing this AI assistant bot to your store. It's super easy. And once again, there's one more section here, which is going to be the extensions, which you'll kind of went over. And you can see once again here, if you want to search just by extensions or just by themes or by collections, you're able to see that. And also, if you click here, you're able to see the plugins that are developed just by WooCommerce. Some of which we've already installed, like WooCommerce Shipping and WooPayments and WooCommerce Tax. But there's other ones if you want to do subscriptions. There's Woo subscriptions, product bundles if we want to start offering bundles, shipment tracking to offer tracking to your customers. A lot of these are great. There's also going to be bundles that will save you a lot of money, especially when these all start to add up together. But again, one of the best things about using WooCommerce is the fact it's free, and you're not going to need any of these plugins. And if you do want to see just the ones that are free to make your store elevated, you can sort by the free section, and generally you can find something that will get the job done. Maybe not quite as good as the pro version, but if you're looking for a bare bones free e-commerce platform, once again, there's no better than WooCommerce. The next thing I will show you to increase sales is how to create a grouped product. Group products are interesting when you want to create bundles and offer multiple things at the same time. This will make it very intuitive for your buyers to sell, for your customers to see what they're getting, and it's also super easy to set up, which I'll show you here today. We'll go back over to the product section and hit add new. This product, let's call this product the Passion Product Bundle. We'll say this is the ultimate bundle for passion product fans. Now, if we scroll down here to general settings, we're going to get asked this question right here in product data. And we're going to change this to be a grouped product. Here we can make a SKU for it. We'll call it group 1. Let's create a SKU right here. Before we can do any more steps, we'll just need to hit the publish button so that these fields can update and allow us to add the products to the group. Now we scroll down here and go to linked products. We can now see this grouped product section. And here we can add the product to the group. Let's have this one include, we'll start out with a t-shirt. Passion product t-shirt. And let's also have a call with Travis on here too. Cool. We have a 30-minute coaching call and we have a passion product t-shirt. Both of these are in here in our group. So let's update this. And now let's click to view the product. You can see the bundle. Both of these have options with them. So it'll make you select the options before you can add this to your cart and select the full price. And then if we go back over here, right here, you can see the group is together right here along with the description, the review tab right here. And as well as the information and the cost of this bundle together. Again, if there weren't options with these, there'd be a button here just to select the bundle, but as these are options, there's some things you have to select first. As in with t-shirt, you have to select the size. With coaching call, you have to select how long it's for. So both these have options, but this is how you create a bundle together. Now that we made a group product, I'm going to show you how you can add an affiliate product to your store and why you might want to do that. If you're familiar with affiliate marketing, it's essentially where you can get paid to refer people to purchase another product. And this can be great for a lot of reasons, in the sense that you are just responsible for marketing efforts, not for product fulfillment and development. And if you have an audience you can tap into, you can promote your product to this. For this store, I can show you how you can add a product to here that's actually not your product, but another store's affiliate product that you might be earning commission for. Let's go ahead and hit add new and I'll walk you through the steps. Similar, let's call this the passion product affiliate right here. But we can imagine how another store, let's say Bob has a product and he said he will pay us 10% of every sale that we make for this product. Now this is Bob's product, but I want to launch Bob's product on our website as well because we're still earning when people buy this. However, we can't host the checkout ourselves. We need to send people back to Bob's website. This is going to show you how to do that. We'll call this product the Passion Product Affiliate. And once here in product data, we're going to hit external and affiliate product. Right here, we'll need to enter in the affiliate product URL. Let's go ahead and grab our URL right now. For just example purposes, I'm going to link to the Passion Product Formula's actual checkout page, which is actually hosted on an external website, so this will work perfectly. Let's grab that URL and put it right there. Button text saying get the Passion Product Formula. The regular price, 7. The sale price, 7, we'll put there. It's taxable, and we're going to go ahead and hit publish right here. Now, this is going to draw a lot of the data from the checkout page right here. So let's click on this and see what happens. Right here, we can see the product here, but if someone clicks Get the Passion Product Formula, they're going to be directed to our checkout page, which is external from our website. This does this because this is an affiliate program. We're not checking out on the same page. But this allows you to list the product in with your other ones here. So if someone were to go browse our shop right here, they can still see the Passion Product Formula and get directed over to it so they can make a purchase. This is great if you have multiple checkout pages like we happen to do here, because we offer our course off a separate page. The last thing we can do here to increase sales on our WooCommerce page is configure our emails. Emails are a very useful tool. You're likely going to be gathering your customers' emails, and you can use this as a medium to retarget your customers if they don't place an order, to get them to come back again. So there's lots we can do here, and I'm going to dive into it and show you how easy it can be to configure your emails to work in a way that works with your store. We're going to go in the sidebar right here and go to WooCommerce and go into settings. And then once we're here, we're going to click on the emails button at the very top. Right here, you can see all the emails that are currently on or can be enabled for WooCommerce. And there's going to be a lot of default emails on here. There's a new order, canceled order, failed order, order on hold, but lots of other things too. If we click into an email, we can see the text with everything here. We can see the recipients, the subject and how it works. And there's lots of short codes and things you use to draw on from the order, such as using the customer's name and their email, using our site title, using their order number, and putting these all into place. And there's a whole lot you can learn here. It can be very complex. It's useful to have a base knowledge, and there'll be a link on this page where you can see all the short codes you can use to really build the emails out and make them feel personalized to your customer. Right here, this email is an email that we receive. We receive an email when someone places an order on our store. It's kind of just letting us know that we have an order that we need to manage. Now, these 3 emails at the top are alerts, basically notifications to me as a business owner about where they can help us out and let us know when we have a new order, a canceled order, or a filled order. Now, these orders down here are for the customer. When a customer completes an order, they will receive an email that looks like this. And we can email this from right here. We can add on to this to say, we hope to see you next time, right here. And we'll go ahead and finish this. And we can also, if we don't want one of these emails to take place, we can go ahead and disable it. But I think a lot of these serve a good purpose. Right here, we can see the customer order advice and order details. We might need to set this one up a little bit. We hope to see you again soon. And save changes. Now, while there's a lot of functionality within this base editor, there's going to be a few other things you might want to do. As you've seen, the editing ability in these emails is pretty limited. As far as themes go, it's just you're working with the text and shortcodes. What can be all right if you just need like a base solution, but a lot of people are going to want something a little bit more custom that allows those functionalities that you can't just get off of this. The second thing, which I'll mention is a big thing for driving sales, is abandoned cart recovery. This is if a customer puts their email down while going through the checkout, but doesn't complete the checkout. So the good news for you as the business owner is you still have the email that you can then use to retarget. Although they didn't place a sale, you have an email and you can email them saying, hey, come back, give them an offer, give them a coupon code. And there's lots of different integrations you can use. There's going to be plenty of email plugins you can try out with your WooCommerce store. However, WooCommerce is going to recommend one to you. I think this is going to be the easiest way. And in fact, we're already going to have installed it throughout this tutorial, and that is MailPoet. So if we see this button right here, it says customize with MailPoet. We can just go ahead and click this. We can just go ahead and click this, and it's going to take us over to the MailPoet wizard right here. It's better email without leaving WordPress. You can see how customizable this can be. We saved your cart. It's going to tell you deliver beautiful emails, grow your email list, reach the right types of people, save time with automations. If we scroll down here, we're going to be able to see rescue abandoned carts. What we're going through right here. Let's go back up here and say begin setup. Again, going to be a pretty simple process. It's going to ask us for information right here. We're going to enable modern fonts. We can help improve MailPoet here by providing some data back to them. We can import our WooCommerce customers as subscribed. And again, there's a little bit of notice here to make sure you're compliant with privacy regulations. And that's why we have that checkbox on our cart to make sure users are checking that they're okay with receiving our emails. And then we can collect more precise email and site engagement by enabling cookie tracking. Once again, make sure you're being compliant, especially with EU, California regulations, making sure that you have consent from your customers to market them via email and also collect cookies on them. So let's press continue here. And now it's asking us to connect our MailPoet account. Now, you can use an account within MailPoet, which will allow you to manage your email through MailPoet. However, if you have a third-party processor, say MailChimp, say Klaviyo, right? You can connect this within MailPoet. So although a lot of these services like MailChimp have plugins for WooCommerce and WordPress, and as do Klaviyo and others, MailPoet can have advantages over those in the sense that this is the most integrated one you'll find with WooCommerce itself. Not to say that the MailChimp integration isn't great, and if you use MailChimp as a email processor already, you might just want to go forward with that. You can still use MailPoet and integrate it within your MailChimp account. Basically, all these services I'm mentioning here are just email processors. I'm going to go ahead and connect my MailPoet account because this is probably the easiest thing I can do. They have a starter plan for free, which will be super easy for showing you guys how it works. So just signing up for something like this. Prompt to check our email. Let's go ahead and activate our account. It's going to ask you a short questionnaire of some questions that will help it dial in your account. Great. Once we answer these questions, we hit the submit button right here. And we now have our API code, so we can navigate back over here and enter it in. And now we can press start using MailPoet and integrate it within our MailChimp account. Now, well, there's lots of things you can do, including creating a welcome campaign when people sign up for your list, a subscription form, and branding your transactional emails. The thing that I think is the very most important is setting up an abandoned cart recovery email. So let's click this button right here. Right here, you can set the time length of how long you want to wait before the email goes out. 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, or you could set this even up to multiple days or weeks after the cart's recovered. And even they recommend setting up 3 abandoned cart recovery emails at different time intervals. So we're going to start with one that's 30 minutes after abandoning the cart, something to get them quick. They've about to make a purchase, maybe they forgot about it. Just a quick reminder right here. And right here, you can even set the template of what you want it to look like. I like this one. We'll move forward with this. And you can see how we can edit the site right here. We're going to remove that because that's not our logo. And we'll write something out quickly. Cool. And now we have an email that looks something like this. Obviously, if we're sending this out, we want to make it more branded, make it things, but you can see what your abandoned cart recovery email is, really customize it, something that looks great, and then once you're ready to move forward here, we can go ahead and hit the next button. We'll create a subject right here that says, hey, looks like you forgot something. Cool. And this is going out 30 minutes. And then you can even Google Analytics if you want to check the analytics on this. So we have this all ready to go. Because we just signed up, MailPoet's doing a review of our account. And this is just making sure we are compliant with the things we said. We checked some boxes saying that our subscribers receive consent. They receive a consent email to indicate that they are confirming they are coming on our list right here. These are things they want to check for to make sure I am actually doing, as these are big claims to make. This ensures that this platform will not get penalized and your emails will get delivered. So this is completely normal. We're just going to save this draft and close. Just note that when our account is enabled, we would turn that on, and now customers would receive account recovery emails after 30 minutes. Now, once again, as they recommended, I would recommend doing 2 more of these. You can set one to go 24 hours after and one to go 3 days after this. So you're getting 3 recovery emails getting sent out. And chances are, especially if you're including a coupon code or something of that nature, you're going to get a good number of your customers coming back that you would have lost otherwise. We've now set up a lot with our WooCommerce store, and I just want to walk through it with you guys so you can see how far it's come together and what we have going here. Now, obviously, there's one more big step of turning on our payment method. And I'll bring Travis back on in a minute so he can show you how you can enable your payment method with your store. Let's take a look at the website first, though, that now contains basically everything except for that payment method. It's complete with features to increase sales, as well as completely optimized with the latest versions of WordPress and WooCommerce. Here you can see our main page here. It even has Travis's video playing in the background, where you get a message to speak with Travis today, and of course, we can book a call. We can even select the time amount, which will determine the price depending on which amount you select. If we want to do this, we can go ahead and add this to basket. And we get a notification, add it to basket. You can even view the basket, but let's go back to the store for now. Scrolling down, you can see some of the people we've worked with in the past, including Cocktail Cards and Eco Sports. If you're a member of the channel, you know these have 2 of Travis's big students that are incredibly successful in the products they've launched. We have a quick About Me section where you hear about Travis, everything he's done. We have an offer to get exclusive merch right here. This button should take you over to the merch category, where we currently have our t-shirt. If we added more products to the merch section, we could really fill this out with other items that we want to offer. Let's navigate back though. You can see some testimonials of people that have gone through our course and what they think and how the course has helped them. And right here, we have the 3 categories we set up today: my services, my merch, and my courses. And even a button to view my courses right here and join my course, which links to an external page. And then finally, at the very bottom, we have a contact option. Let's scroll up the top to show a few more things. We have a full About Me page right here, complete with the sidebar, which we disabled in all the other pages, although I kind of like it here on this About page. Right here, you can view the merch category, our digitals category to view our digital services, and then even our subscription right here. Let's click into it to do one more thing, to go back into the shop and see these other products we did not put in the category that shows up at the top here. This includes, first off, the Passion Product Bundle, where we created a bundle product where you can select multiple products at the same time and add them to your cart. Let's navigate back one more time, and we can see the Passion Product Affiliate, where we can list a product that's not on our store but someone else's, where we may be earning an affiliate commission. By clicking this link, we'll be taken off the site entirely onto our Passion Product Formula website, where if you're looking to sell on Amazon, you can get the best course available, teaching you at every step of how you can sell on Amazon, from finding a product and doing validation, to launching a Kickstarter, and doing a pre-launch, to launching on Amazon and having a successful product. We've had hundreds of successful students launch their products on Amazon, where we share our success stories on this YouTube channel, and it comes complete with a weekly Q&A call, 2 meetings with Travis, or an Amazon FBA coach, the largest help database on Amazon FBA in the US, in addition to numerous other bonuses. If you're looking to sell on Amazon, I highly recommend doing this. It can be very complimentary to also having your WooCommerce store with your Amazon store. You're going to tap into a huge audience. If you're interested, I have a link down there below where you can learn more about the Passion Product Formula. But let's go back to the course now. This is the option right here. Once we've added everything here, we have our cart up here at the top where we can see everything added. From our cart, we can remove items. We can also keep them in here. We can change the quantity. And then here we have the options for shipping, where we include flat rate and local pickup. We'll say local pickup and then proceed to checkout right here. And once again, we can check on this page here. We can change between the two of local pickup and shipping. Right here, we can enter in a coupon, and then finally we can put our billing address. Let's go ahead and put in a billing address right here. Although, as I mentioned, we haven't set up the payment yet, so we won't be able to quite proceed with checkout. Great, and we can see how far we can make it.
Setting up payments within WooCommerce can be very easy, as they allow you a lot of different options to get started, as opposed to other platforms like Shopify. They're going to give you the option to go with their default payment processor called WooPayments, which is also powered by Stripe, or you can go with a third-party provider. Now, we already have a Stripe account and a special deal with Stripe, so we'll be going directly through Stripe, and I'll show you how you can proceed with setting up a third-party payment processor within WooCommerce. Let's first go back into our WordPress dashboard and scroll down to the payment section, and let's click on the payments button. We'll be presented with several options to start or finish setup on WooPayments, but as mentioned before, we're going to be going directly through Stripe, so we'll be avoiding WooPayments entirely. Because we're not going with WooPayments, we'll need to install a third-party gateway that works with Stripe. And there's several plugins you can use, but we're going to use the official WooCommerce Stripe Gateway plugin. Navigate over to the plugin section and install the plugin called WooCommerce Stripe Gateway. You can find this plugin by simply tapping Add New Plugin, typing in Stripe and WooCommerce. And here you can see the plugin we installed. Again, you'll see other options, such as payment plugins for Stripe, WooCommerce, and the WooCommerce plugin itself. Both of these will work right here, but for now we're going with the official one made by WooCommerce. Again, you can still use this first one here, but for me, I'm going with the official one so I can show you the official way of doing things. Once you've installed the plugin, let's navigate back to our plugins page. Scroll down to where you see the name of the plugin, and let's click on the settings button. Here you can see the setup for Stripe right here. Right here, you'll be presented with two options, either create or connect an account or enter account keys. You can go either way here, but because I have the account keys right next to me, I'm going to click this button. The first thing we'll need is the live publishable key. Now we can navigate over to our Stripe dashboard and search for API keys in the search bar. You'll be taken to a page like this, where you can view your already created keys and also create new ones. We can go ahead and copy our publishable key, as will be the first thing we need. We can paste this variable here. Next, we'll need to create a secret key, and we can press the Create Secret Key, and then receive a quick verification text, and create a name. We'll name this one WooCommerce, so we know what it's for. We can then copy this code, and then paste it back in the secret key section. Finally, we'll need to add the following webhook endpoint to our Stripe account settings. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and then navigate back over into our Stripe account. We're going to search for webhook in the search bar once again, and we're going to add an endpoint. Here we can add our endpoint URL and say, as a description, our WooCommerce store. Create this as listen to events on your account, use your current version, and next we're going to select events to listen to. You can select specific events, but just to make sure everything is included, we're going to select all events and click Add Events. Now we need to copy our webhook ID right here, navigate back over to the WordPress page, and copy in our webhook secret. We'll ideally want to test connection first so we can make sure this connection with Stripe is working. As you can see, we received a connection successful message, and we can save our live keys. Great. Now we've entered a Stripe gateway. We'll want to check this box to say enable Stripe so payments can be taken within Stripe. And we can see there's a name for this right here. And even says pay with your credit card via Stripe. You can see the other settings available here. Enable separate credit card form, enable payments via saved cards, and you can even issue an authorization on checkout and capture later. Right here you can put what you'd like to include on the full bank statement. For us, we'll write Travis Marziani, as this is the website we had built. And then once we do this, we can go ahead and scroll down and hit Save Changes. Now that Stripe is enabled, let's navigate back over to our website at travismarziani.com. Now we can go ahead and go to our cart, which already has 3 items in it from before. We can then hit Proceed to Checkout. Now we can see that the payment options with credit card powered by Stripe is now here. Again, you can change this to not include Stripe right here and just say credit card, or change it in the settings. But here, you can enter in your credit card and place an order below. We've now completed building a working and operating WooCommerce store. As you've seen, we've been able to build and customize this website with many different elements and many different types of products, including service products, product-based products, and course-based products, in addition to affiliates, groupings, and all the other categories of products you can launch on WooCommerce. We've even added subscription-based products, an About Me section, and have completed the process where users can enter in their shipping information and can finally place a payment at the end with Stripe as a gateway. I hope this tutorial has helped you with your WooCommerce journey. Make sure to go subscribe if you're looking for more content like this and have success with e-commerce. And if you're looking for a free 8-hour tutorial on how to start your passion product, start selling it online, I have a free tutorial down there talking about how to do product research and taking you through every step of the journey. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.